Good day, Park Church. I'm Pastor Shay, and this is your March 30th midweek moment. If you've been following along with us, we've been working our way through the book of John and looking at the I am statements. These statements are great because they help us understand Jesus and his identity as the Son of God and what his ministry is like. This is important because as his followers, we should know who we're following and what his character is. We should know the one whom we place our trust in, and we should have a very good understanding of who we depend on for all things. Today's statement is just a little bit different. In fact, most teachers don't include this statement in their lesson series about the I am statements because it is structured slightly different. However, it may be one of the most important statements. Perhaps as one professional apologist said when asked by a college student during a Q&A presentation, and the college student asked him, "Give me one New Testament passage where Jesus very clearly explains or identifies his divinity as God." The apologist said, "Oh, that's easy. It's John chapter 8, verse 58. So that's exactly the passage we're going to look at today. So in this passage, a little bit of background information. Jesus is being interrogated by the Pharisees and the teachers of the law. Jesus had repeatedly claimed to come from God, come from the Father, and to have a personal knowledge of him. And of course, we know that he was always fighting with words or arguing with the Pharisees because of who he claimed to be. Jesus also stated that his words and his actions have the same authority as God the Father. He said in one statement, "My decisions are true because I am not alone." In another verse, he says, "I do nothing on my own, but speak just what the Father has taught me." And in another verse, Jesus said, "I'm telling you what I have seen in my Father's presence." And Jesus continues to debate with the Pharisees, telling them if they were truly Abraham's descendants. And of course, he knew they were Abraham's natural descendants, but he was talking in spiritual terms, that the Pharisees would accept him. They would accept Jesus and his words. So that's the context for John 8:58. So let's dig into it. This is what it says. Starting in 53. The Pharisees and the teachers of the law said, "Are you greater than our father Abraham? He died and so did the prophets. Who do you think you are?" And of course, this is a very antagonistic and aggressive language. And Jesus replies to them and he says, "If I glorify myself, my glory means nothing. My Father, whom you claim as your God, is the one who glorifies me. Though you do not know him, I know him. If I said I did not, I would be a liar like you. But I do know him and obey his word. Your father Abraham rejoiced at the thought of seeing my day. He saw it and was glad." And then the Pharisees reply, "You are not yet 50 years old," they said to him, "and you have seen Abraham?" So there's this huge question, this doubt of what is Jesus communicating? And now comes the climax of probably the entire chapter. And Jesus says, "Very truly I tell you," Jesus answered, "before Abraham was born, I am." And at this, they picked up the stones to stone him, but Jesus hid himself, slipping away from the temple grounds. You know, the mere fact that the Pharisees wanted to kill him, they wanted to stone him, means that they knew exactly what Jesus was communicating. They knew exactly what Jesus was saying. In no uncertain terms, Jesus was saying, before Abraham was born, before Abraham walked on the earth, before he was called by God, before he had his life recorded in scriptures, Jesus existed. But Jesus wasn't only saying that he existed. If that was the case, he would have said, before Abraham was born, I was. Instead, Jesus said, before Abraham was born, I am. See, there's something about that I am that is the real clincher. And at this, we know that the Pharisees, they freaked out and they tried to kill him. Because when Jesus said, I am, he was saying he existed eternally. He was and is God. He is the second person of the Godhead, the Son who is equal to the Father in every way. And just to expound on this just a little bit further, if we look back in Exodus chapter 3, it kind of clarifies what the Pharisees knew Jesus was communicating. Starting in verse 13, it says, Moses said to God, suppose I go to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me, and they ask me, what is his name? Then what shall I say to them? And God says to Moses, here, God is revealing who he is. God says to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. God also said to Moses, say to the Israelites, the Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob has sent me to you. This is my name forever, the name you shall call me from generation to generation. So when Jesus said, I am, he was making it very clear. This was God in the flesh. This was the Son of God. He was the Christ. He was the Messiah. He was the one who is eternal and is co-eternal with the Father in heaven. So, if Jesus is I am, that means that he is the bread of life. He is the light of the world. He is the door. He is the good shepherd. He is the resurrection and the life. He is the way, the truth, and the life. And he is the true vine. If Jesus is the I am, that means that all the benefits and all the qualities that we've been learning about over the last few weeks in all of these verses and all of these titles is available to you as his follower. He is worth trusting in, and he is worth following. I love the book of John. The book of John makes it very clear how special Jesus is and how much grace and favor he is pouring out on all people and inviting them to follow him. Few announcements just to catch you up to date. On Sunday, April 10th, will be the Leadership Succession Sunday. And on this day, Pastor Colin will be passing the baton to Pastor Joe, and it's going to be a very special day as we see the leadership transition come to a completion here at the Park Church. So as members of the church, as people who visit on a regular basis, as people who call this church your home, I want to invite you, come and see our new leader take his position. So it's going to be a great day, and we should all be celebrating it. And following the service, there will be coffee and donuts in the foyer. So that is April 10th. Pastor Joe has also mentioned that on April 16th, which is a Saturday, we are having the community Easter egg hunt. And this is the Park Church's gift to the community. We're kind of spearheading it with the help of many other partners who are donating funds and time to make this a success. We got 50,000 chocolate eggs, and we're inviting the entire community to just come and love each other and enjoy the Easter holiday. So we also need your help. If you want to sow into that ministry, or if you want to be a part of the team to help set up or help run or pack eggs or help clean up, please just follow the link below, join that group, and the more help, the merrier. So, and finally, on April 24th, so the end of April, on Sunday, April 24th, Pastor Colin and Susie are bidding the Park Church farewell. We will be having a family gathering potluck lunch following the service where you can say farewell to them, and you can thank them, and you can just love on them for 10 plus years of ministry here at the Park Church. They have imprinted on all of us, and they have blessed us, and we want to bless them in turn. So please come to that on April 24th, that Sunday, to say goodbye to Colin and Susie. And with that, I believe you're caught up to date. I hope you enjoy the devotional, and I think you have everything you need. So God bless you. Have a great week.